Cool. Welcome in, guys. I'm going to be going over a shoulder healing arm session, as well as it's just a regular arm session that will also help to grow your biceps and your triceps. But today we're going to be specifically going over how this uses ATG principles that I've learned from Ben Patrick, Ben Clarefield, Keegan Smith, and all of the ATG coaches. I'm a level 2 ATG coach based out of Dallas, Texas. Right now I'm in Bali at the Time Chamber owned by the motion guy, Nico, having a blast here, lifting a lot of weights. And I've got a pretty gnarly shoulder injury right now where my trap and my right side is just, it's not the best right now. I've been back squatting really heavy, so pulling that down, I just back squatted 140 kgs for 10 sets of one, big personal best there. And my left shoulder and lat was a little bit tight beforehand, but I kept pushing into my upper body workouts and it, just kind of let the ego go ahead. And this right shoulder's a little bit cranky this week. I'm taking it easy on that, not putting any barbells on the back for my squatting patterns. And I'm doing this arm-based workout to get blood past my shoulder and into my arms. And the reason why this is gonna help to be able to get your shoulders healed up is because blood is healing in the body, right? So as blood passes through your shoulder to get to your arms to get a really good pump, you are naturally going to receive more healing in the shoulder while not necessarily damaging it and hurting it. So all of these exercises are very kind on my shoulder. The very last one's gonna put my shoulder into a larger stretch because it's gonna be a longer range bicep exercise. So this is a workout flow that I learned while at the ATG for Coaches Expo back in Florida that we did this year in 2023. I went there with my wife and got this one from Ben Clarefield and Ben Patrick as they ran us through a session, and Keegan Smith was there as well too. So I think they all three coordinated this, but it's very simple. We start with a short range exercise to open everything up and just get a little bit of blood into the movement. Then we go and do more of a mid-range exercise, something that's gonna be heavier. So for myself, I'm doing a single arm preacher curl for the short range. The mid-range is gonna be a barbell curl with this weight right here. And then the long range, you could do a Smith curl or a Pelican curl, two exercises I'm not showing today, but I've used beforehand in this one. Today, I'm just gonna be doing an incline dumbbell hammer curl. And when I can't hammer curl anymore, I'll go into pronated if I have any juice left in that one. And this flow from short, mid to long range with the incline hammer curl is going to hit the bicep in every single stretch position and get a really good stimulus on it. And I'm not having to do something like chin-ups or overhead press, which causes some irritation to my shoulders right now. I can focus on attacking my shoulders with more rear delt focused work, like face pulls, powell raises, seated dumbbell external rotations, and lots of other really good movements in that same category, and then get more direct arm and grip work through this set right here. So follow along, guys, super simple. And the same principles apply for the triceps as well too. I'm gonna be going into triceps right after this. I might keep that in the video here as well too to show you guys. So everything is 8 to 12 reps here. Reps really don't matter. That 8 to 12 just kind of helps you get a good pump but not hurt yourself. So this one, I'm really not too focused on going all the way down and getting a larger stretch because this is gonna be a tri-set or a circuit of 3 bicep exercises. So I say that because I'm gonna be getting a deeper stretch later on in the incline hammer curl. So this is really just to get everything primed up and kind of get some extra volume in there in the tissues. And curling like this with my elbow more in line with my shoulder. Also just another angle to get the biceps working at, which is a little bit kinder on the shoulder as well too. And some people believe it takes the forearm out of it as well, but I think I would have to have my elbow a little bit higher for that to happen. So while you're watching this, let me know why you're watching this. Do you have a shoulder injury right now? What are you working through? Maybe you just want a good arm workout. Maybe you're interested in the ATG principles, expanded into more areas besides just knees. I've personally used Ben Patrick's, Keegan Smith's ATG principles to overcome double knee surgeries myself, and I just squatted 150 kgs for the first time. I think that's 12 reps, maybe 13. And so it really works, man. This whole long range short range, mid-range conversation, is a phenomenal way to train. So that was the short range exercise done. Again, I'm not really focusing on straightening that arm too much. And same here at this exercise. I will keep a little bit of a bend here, which is contrast to what most people say, which is get the full stretch, which is great advice if this is the only bicep exercise you're doing, but I'm not. I'm getting into a longer range exercise in the next one. So let's hit another one. What's up, June? 8 reps here. 65 pounds. 30 kilos. There goes Luke Carter. I'm trying to get massive like him. All right, and so next one is gonna be the incline dumbbell hammer curl. You can do a pronated curl here. That works really well at getting a big stretch. I think it's awesome. Truthfully, the only reason I'm doing hammer here is because both of the other exercises I'm doing are pronated, so I just believe in changing up your grip. So this one, 30-degree angle on the bench. What happens here, similar to a Smith curl, which is more like a crucifix curl, and a pelican curl where you're on rings or TRX and you're letting that elbow stretch behind, you're curling in like that. Anytime that this elbow is behind the shoulders like this, you're gonna place the bicep into a longer stretched position. So this is a great one to finish off on. This is where a lot of the hypertrophy comes in. So I'm really intentional on this. The way I think about it is short range is just to prep the tissues. Mid-range is to get heavy and go strong. As you can see, 30 kilos there is the heaviest exercise I'm doing. These ones are 12.5 kilos, and it's also the same weight that I did the preacher curl with. So let's go ahead and go into it. I think head back gets a deeper stretch on this. But when you see me start to struggle, I'm probably gonna take my head off. Flex the tricep. Flex the tricep. Flex the tricep. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna pronate. Go on. Gonna use a little bit of momentum. If I use momentum, I slow the negative. A little bit of momentum. Slow, negative. 2 more, just like that. This feels great on my shoulder. Last one. Absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. I don't know how many reps that was, probably 10 to 12. What's nice about that is the shoulder's getting such a deep stretch in that bottom position that through the bicep, that pulls on that anterior side of the shoulder. Just feels good. Like I had a lot of shoulder stiffness and I still have some. Like it's not magic and it's gonna disappear right away. But doing this for a few months and weeks, number one, I'm gonna get bigger arms, which is nice. And 2, my arms are going to heal a lot more and be able to move. So I'm gonna go into a tricep portion of this workout here now. I'll set that up and come on back and show you how that one looks like. This whole set was done for 3 sets or 3 total rounds, this circuit. Last week I did it for 5, but I increased my weight this week, so I only did 3 total rounds. All right, we're coming back into this one. So I'm gonna wait till the bike turns off to really start talking. The exercises that I'm gonna do here are gonna be a little bit different. So again, the principles of short, mid to long range are what I'm using to heal my shoulder. The whole focus is I'm just hitting my arm from different angles and different positions and different stretches to be able to, again, send blood down into the limbs so that way my shoulders can feel a little bit better because of that blood flow goes through. I'm not really hitting my shoulders directly at all in this ATG arm, ATG style arm focused healing. So with this, how I learned this from the guys back in Clearwater was tricep kickback and then a mid-range tricep kind of press out. I forget the name of that one. And then a longer range French press. I'm kind of finicky on my tricep exercises. I don't feel like a lot of tricep exercises get the desired result that I want. So I'm changing it up from the ones that they taught. Those are really good. A lot of guys felt really great on them. I had a great pump afterwards, but I just don't feel my triceps the way that I want to on those. And I don't even agree fully that you should always feel the right muscle groups, quote unquote. If you're healing and getting blood flow, that's usually the best thing. But I'm changing these off of personal preference. So for mine, we learned tricep kickbacks for them. My favorite short range tricep exercise is a cable press down right here in front. I love it. I picked that up from like the Hodge twins and Greg O'Gallagher when I was young and just stuck ever since. But I don't have a cable machine here, so one exercise that I can do for lots of repetitions and feels nice to pump blood into the triceps, not quite short range, truthfully. So again, these are principles that you can use and bend around. That's what I love about ATG is you just basically apply this how you want to apply it. I'm actually going to do a box dip right here for 20 repetitions. So with that, hands behind the back like that and pressing down, I find that gets a really good pump in the beginning. Not quite short range, but still pretty nice just because it puts that big stretch on the shoulders, chest, and even triceps a little bit there. But shorter range, truthfully. And then mid-range, I'm gonna work a skull crusher. Boom, just pressing right here. So if you don't know the short range, mid-range, long range, it's basically like you're putting the body into a little bit more of a stretch in each position. So like with the biceps, that preacher curl, there's really not much of a stretch on the biceps here with it overhead like that, or not overhead, but equal to my shoulders. Mid-range, I'm letting it go all the way down and fight gravity. So this is gonna be a little bit harder when it's at my sides, and then boom, all the way back here. So it's just basically, if you think about it, it's common sense. Start here, go here, come here. For me, I'm gonna go tricep, bop, bop, which is almost like bop, bop, right, on the tricep extension. But instead of being here, I'm going a little bit back here. And then I'm gonna come up here, skull crush. And then I'm gonna do a tricep ring overhead extension. So I really love the French press on the cables. We don't have those, so the human tricep extension, really getting in deep there, almost vertical. Bam, bam, bam. So what are we doing here with these triceps, man? 3 different angles. Boom, shorter, not full shortest, but boom, boom, boom. Then we go boom, boom, boom. And then we go all the way back, boom, boom, boom. So if you imagine the hands kind of like a clock, or the hands on a clock, we're just moving to different positions that we're capable of doing. So I hope that helps. I'm just gonna show one round here. I'm gonna do 3 total. This one, I just stubbed my toe pretty hard. Oh shit, my toe is bleeding. Oh, dang, that's unfortunate. Just ripped my toenail off. Lots of blood. That toenail already fell off this week too. It happens. All right, so we're gonna go into this. I'll pull that toenail off later. That's gonna be fun to deal with. It's probably gonna hurt pretty good. 20 reps here. I like that 8 to 12 for everything else, but this one, I just wanna get more of a burn. So getting too deep on this hurts my shoulder. So I'm staying in that top range right here. 7, 8, 9. See, if I come all the way down here, a little bit of uncomfortability. Not a lot, but I'm just listening to my body. So I'm shortening my range. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. I think I'm a bad counter. All right, next one. We're gonna come into this skull crusher. I'm just gonna lay down and hit this. Man, that toenail's gnarly, dude. It's like dripping. Well, the show must go on, right? Drop a comment if you would keep working out if you stubbed your toe like that, or if you would stop. Let me know if I'm crazy. Ooh, man, I'm gonna have to clean up that blood. All right, right here. So this feels okay on my shoulder. All these movements you should choose if you've got a shoulder injury, something that feels good on the shoulder. If this hurts your shoulder, don't do it. For me, it feels okay. I'm also doing progressive overload, and this is 5 more kilos than last week. I'll do this workout like once, maybe twice a week if I'm frisky. 8 to 12. All right. Last one, and then I'm gonna get a Band-Aid. I'm gonna move us over here to the rings. Let's set up right here. That's good. So, for me, I think this will be a good angle, a little better from here. I like a single ring. You can do this with 2 rings, right here. The further back you are, the harder it is. Boom. Really big stretch. Elbows as high as you can, hollow hold in the core. Boom. That's a great exercise. You can do this on a barbell. You can also do this on TRX. You can also do this on a Smith machine. I first learned it on a Smith machine. However, I feel the best single ring underhand grip. So grabbing the bottom, sometimes neutral. I just get a better burn there. So that's how I'm gonna do it. But I wanted to show you some extra versions. That way you can try it out for yourself. Big stretch, hollow hold in the core. 1, 2, pause, 3, pause, 4. Widen your feet for better balance. 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Triceps are smoked after that. So that concludes the full circuit. I'm gonna do 2 more rounds of this, clean up my toenail. But I'll do this once a week to heal up my arms and see how it goes. I'll maybe make a video in a couple weeks updating you guys on how everything's doing. But on top of this, I am working through mobilizing and strengthening the whole shoulder compartment with lots of rear delt exercises, stretching when presses and pulling feels good. I am adding those in too. The most important thing is you find your pain-free zone and just start to win range there. And my toenail's starting to get sticky from the blood, so I'm gonna end this video. Drop a comment with anything you learned here or something you appreciated. See you in the next one.